Victoria Sterling never wanted to go on a blind date. In fact, she'd only agreed because her well-meaning assistant, Rebecca, wouldn't stop insisting. At 31, Victoria ran Sterling Technologies, with the same unwavering focus that had carried her through too long. Years of physical rehabilitation after a devastating car accident, one that left her using a wheelchair. Her sharp mind and fearless leadership had survived the crash, but her faith in people, that had taken a hit. Too many faces now saw the chair before they saw her. And though she'd built a reputation for brilliance in business, her personal life had quietly grown smaller, lonelier. Still, she decided to give this one date a chance. The reservation was at an elegant downtown restaurant called Meridian. Her date, James Morrison, was supposedly a lawyer who shared her love of art and classical music. Victoria arrived exactly on time, as she always did, after confirming the restaurant's accessibility. She waited, checking her phone every few minutes, surrounded by candlelight and quiet chatter. 20 minutes passed. Then came the text. Sorry, something came up. Rain check. The familiar sting of disappointment washed over her. Maybe he had seen her wheelchair and decided not to show. She'd feared that possibility, but hoping otherwise made it hurt even more. She took a breath, ready to leave gracefully. Could I get the check for my water, please? She asked the waiter with her usual composure, but before the server could reply, a man approached her table. Excuse me, he said, his voice warm but uncertain. Are you Victoria Sterling? She looked up to see a man around her age, dark hair, kind eyes, dressed casually in jeans and a button-down shirt, not exactly Meridian's usual crowd. I'm David Chen, he said. I think we've had a mix-up. My sister, Emma Chen, she works in your marketing department, has been trying to set me up with her boss named Victoria. When I heard your name, I figured, maybe you're that Victoria. Victoria blinked in surprise. Two different matchmakers, same restaurant, same night. Rebecca had arranged one date and Emma had arranged another. So, you're not James Morrison, she said with a wry smile. And you weren't expecting a mechanic, David replied, smiling back. I get it, definitely not how you planned your evening. But there was no pity in his tone, no awkwardness about her wheelchair, just sincerity. And for the first time that evening, Victoria smiled. A real one. Well, since you're already here, how do you feel about pizza instead of fine dining? David laughed. Now that's a date I can afford. And so, they left the fancy restaurant behind for a cozy pizza shop down the street, where conversation flowed easier than it had in years. David told her about his auto repair shop specializing in classic cars, and the way his face lit up when he talked about restoring old engines made her forget every guard she'd built. He wasn't impressed by her title. He was curious about her dot when he mentioned that his garage had wheelchair access because one of his clients used one. Victoria realized something rare. David understood inclusion as a matter of practicality and respect, not sympathy. Hours passed. They laughed over shared stories, swapped favorite movies, and discovered they both loved late-night drives and rainy mornings. When the evening finally ended, David walked her to her car and hesitated before saying, would you like to have dinner again? Somewhere, I can actually pick up the tab this time. Victoria smiled. Only if you cook. I'll bring dessert and wine. From that night on, what began as a mistaken blind date turned into something quietly extraordinary. David's down-to-earth warmth balanced Victoria's drive. He challenged her assumptions, and she helped him grow his business, even turning it into a training center for mechanics who wanted to learn accessibility modifications. Most importantly, David never treated her as fragile or inspiring. To him, her wheelchair was just one piece of the woman he loved. 18 months later, they married, a celebration not of perfection, but of possibility. At their wedding, Emma proudly declared her matchmaking skills unmatched, while Rebecca admitted that her failed setup might have been the best thing she ever did. Years later, when Victoria spoke at leadership conferences, she often ended her talks with a quiet truth. Sometimes, life's most beautiful connections appear when our plans fall apart, and the people who truly see us, see our worth, our humor, our humanity often arrive when we least expect them. At Whispers of Kindness, we believe stories like Victoria and David's remind us that real love doesn't see limits, only possibilities. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more heartfelt stories of compassion, courage, and unexpected connection.